Hello. Let me get it pulled up on my computer so that I can see all of your questions. Maybe? Yeah, it says it's live. Why isn't it pulling it up? Hang on. Oh, there it is. I see it. Okay. Now we're good. Hello, everybody. Yes, Jacqueline, absolutely. I will post it to YouTube later. I always end up saving my lives. They go up, so you can watch them later. Hello, hi everybody. Thank you for joining me. Hello. All right, I am going to jump right in. As always with any live, I still want there to be value for you and for the people that watch the live afterwards. So I have a plan, I have things I want to share, but it is live. So if you have any questions as we go along, please drop them in the comments, and I'm going to be checking the comments and answering your questions. And for this one, I might ask you some questions as well. Thank you, Jessica. I decided, since I'm talking about how planning has changed my life, I would wear my Team Wild shirt. This is the one from this past Go Wild. I have volunteered at all of the Go Wilds so far, which is kind of crazy to think about, that there have been 4. That is mind-blowing. Sorry, Casey. Yeah, I had a half day today, so that was really nice. I left the office, I went, took a dance class, came home, did all the laundry, which we were really behind on, and now we're here hanging out. I was going to do it a little bit earlier in the afternoon because that probably would have been a little bit better for me, but I figured I know I'm on the East Coast, so I try to push it as late as I can for the people that are on the West Coast, but there's not going to be a perfect time for everybody. That's just the nature of lives, and time changes, so that's not going to work. Hello, everybody. Hi. Hello. Okay. So today, like the title says, what I wanted to share. So yesterday was National Planner Day, if you didn't know, which I believe that the holiday was created. My brain's escaping me. Maybe somebody who was at Go Wild will remember. It was either May Designs or Bloom Daily Planners. One of those is popping out to my head. Is one of those planner companies decided that we didn't have a National Planner Day and we needed one, and that's when they picked. And it's not August 1st. It's the first Thursday in August, I believe, is National Planner Day. Charlie wanted to be part of the live as well. Hello. Oh, hi from London, 11 p.m. That's so late. Thanks for staying up. That is way past my bedtime, but I'm glad that you're here hanging out with us. You think it was Bloom? That sounds right to me too, Michelle, but then I also feel like I have this memory of Micah May saying that she created it. So I don't know. It was one of those two companies, and they always celebrate National Planner Day, and so I figured the video I would post the same week as National Planner Day was how planning changed my life. It was actually a recommendation from one of you. I posted in the community tab on YouTube for video recommendations, and somebody said, can you share how planning has changed your life? I was like, I love that idea. And then as I was sort of jotting them down, I was like, you know what? I want to do this live because I feel like this is a topic that will lead to some questions. I feel like this is more of a conversation because I also want to hear from you if you have some of the same reasons as me or if you have a different reason. So I am going to jump in. Hello from Canada, Indiana, Texas, Virginia. Oh my gosh, where in Texas are you, Heather? I don't know if you've seen it anywhere, but I'm originally from San Antonio, and then I went to Texas and Austin. So I'm a Texas girl at heart, that's for sure. Oh my gosh, more international friends. Hello from France. Hello from Minnesota. So many all over the place. It does feel like we're trending on the east coast or further east into Europe, though, because, I mean, it's still work time on the West Coast. Newfoundland. Are you the one who messaged me and commented about the Come From Away show? So I recently saw Come From Away on Broadway. I say recently. I think that was like February maybe. And it's set in Newfoundland, the show. And then somebody messaged me on Instagram saying, oh, that's where I'm from that small town. I thought that was so cool. So I don't know if that's you, but if you haven't seen that show, if you have an opportunity to see it on tour or come to New York, it is set. It's an amazing show. Oh my gosh, so many friends. Oh look, okay, so we do have some West Coast friends with us as well. So fun. I love those of you that are still working and checking in. I appreciate you jumping on the live. This is so fun. Lives are actually one of my favorite things. Let me know in the comments. Do you like these? Like, I know the time is hard. Times are really hard to figure out, and maybe I'll do some polls to figure out what works best for people. But I know that times are hard. but I like them, and so if you like them too, I want to try to incorporate them more. I know Cindy tries to do at least one a month. She always does a Plan With Me live. I don't know that I'm ready for that yet. My very first live, actually, if you want to scroll all the way back, was a monthly Plan With Me that I did live. It was right before Vlogmas, and I wanted to test out the live feature before I committed to it as being part of my Vlogmas plan. And so I did a monthly Plan With Me live, and it was a little rough. So, and there's my grandfather. Hi, Papa. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I love Cindy's lives too. But again, sometimes the timing is hard because she'll pick a time that works for her, and 3 hours later for me might not work for me. So it's kind of hard to find a live that works for everybody, but I do like them. So I would love to find a way to do them regularly, but I probably would always do them more like chatty, front-facing videos where I would have a topic and we would chat and talk about it, maybe a Q&A, as opposed to any kind of planner video live. That's just not for me. So, okay. Thanks, guys. All right, so let me start, because I do have 5. I have 5 on my little sticky note. I have 5 ways that planning has changed my life. And again, I want you to let me know in the comments if you resonate with any of these, if these have also changed your life, and then at the end, I'm going to ask you if you have any other ways that planning has changed your life. So the first one's probably the most obvious and also the most impactful, and that is just the friendships. I never thought that when I clicked order on my first Erin Condren Life Planner 6 years ago, which I did because somebody, not even in the planner community, somebody that I grew up with, posted about it on Facebook, like on her Facebook feed. And the picture that popped up, I don't know if it was the planner that she had ordered or if it was just the auto picture that pops up when you link Erin Condren, but it was a cover with a quote on it. And I am a sucker for quotes. And so that popped up and I was like, oh, I love that. And I'm an adult now, I need a planner. That's not like, I was using Lily Pulitzer in college. And so I clicked on it, I ordered my first one, and then I started using it, but I realized there was a lot of space on a weekly for somebody who worked a 9 to 5. So that's what led me to the Facebook groups to get some more ideas on how to use my planner. I had no idea when that happened that, I mean, so what it was, six and a half years later, it was January of 2013 that I ordered my first planner. 6 years later, that I would be flying halfway across, or not halfway across the world, to the other side of the world, to go to a wedding of somebody that I met in this community. And when I think about the friendships that I have and the women that I have in my life, and the men too, I mean, Nina's fiance, Baljeet, and Alex Benda from El Holo Stationery, I mean, I have just the people that this community has brought into my life. It's number one, the way that it's changed my life. I can't even compare. I'm seeing if there's any other comments. Yes, it is incredible the friends that you make in this community. They are amazing people. And, you know, I would also love to have more locally. I do have a couple of good ones that I have locally, and I'm very lucky that I have them. But at the same time, technology has made it so incredible that I talk to the people that don't live here probably more than I talk to the people that live here. And I do make an effort to see them when I am traveling to where they are, or when they travel to where I am, or when we meet somewhere in the middle. It does take a little bit more of an effort to keep up a friendship when you're not in the same place, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it. So I am so thankful that this community has brought me so many wonderful friends. So let me know in the comments if that's something that has also impacted you. If you have made any really great connections, great friends. I mean, people have just crazy. There's crazy stories about people that have made friends and done incredible things with those friendships from this community. And I think it's so awesome because they talked about this at Plancation. One of the speakers at Plancation, Amanda, she talked about the science behind planning, but really one of the things she touched on was the friendships that we have within planning and how it is, because we all have something really specific in common, is why our friendships are so strong. Because otherwise, like when you make friends, you have to have something in common most of the time. Like you're either at the same bar, or you're working at the same office, or you went to the same school, you're in the same sorority, whatever it is, that commonality that brought you together, that made you friends. And sometimes it's things like your stage of life or your age. But she said that this one thing is so specific that we all have in common that it has made us even better friends, because it's something that is so important to us. Not that picking your school or like picking your job is not important, but the 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 hobby aspect of planning is so important to us in comparison to like where we went to school, that it makes such a big difference. Um, you have friends everywhere, you're always traveling. Oh, you're coming to New York. Well, let me know if you will have any recommendations. I do have one video on my New York recommendations, and I'm trying to figure out another setup to do another one. I shared a lot of my favorites in that video, but there's always recommendations for New York. But if you have any specific questions, feel free to message me or email me. I'm always happy to talk about New York. And some people have really specific preferences on like types of food that they want when they're here, or shows they want to see, or how they get tickets, etc., etc. We're all like, we're less likely to forget plans when we meet up. That is true. That is a great point, Chelsea. Um, Sarah, I hear you that your friends think you're weird when you have like your planner. And I have a couple of my like, my non-planner friends. Again, they're, most of them are either from work or they're from like my sorority. Those are the big ones where my friends came from. And it's funny because I used to think that one of my good friends from the sorority, I knew she was a planner. Like, she had a planner in college too, but she wasn't really part of this planner world. But we recently were hanging out. She was in New York, and we were talking, and she was like, "Well, yeah, I watch all your videos," and I was like, "What?" Like, I had no idea. So, I think that there's probably some friends that you have that are secret planners, and they do like it, and they want to be a part of it too. I promise. Um, Michelle, I don't think that that's weird at all that you feel like you know other YouTubers, because I feel the same way. I feel that way about podcasts now too, even though like you can't even see their face. So YouTube, definitely, there's people. I was literally last weekend telling my mom about a YouTuber that I watch. It's actually not a planner YouTuber, but I'm not going to tell you who, because it's kind of embarrassing. But I was like, oh yeah, my friend so and so, and then I like stopped and I looked at her and I go, she's not my friend. I just am obsessed with her, and I love watching her videos and consuming everything that she posts. Like, when she pops up on my Instagram, I'm like, oh, she has a new post. Like, she's not my friend, but I feel the same way. I know how you feel. I hear you. My friends, the sticker part is the extra above and beyond that someone who just uses a planner doesn't necessarily get. My boss, in one of my old departments, she had a Franklin Covey, and she was like, yeah, I've been using planners for 30 years because here's my Franklin Covey. And I was like, yeah, but that's just a pen. Like, it's not pretty. So I hear you that it's hard to get the sticker part. Okay, number 2 is it gave me a creative hobby or a creative outlet that when I had my full-time job, I like lost that aspect of creativity. Not that I did anything really creative in college. In high school, I did dance and theater, and that was my like creative outlet. And then in college, I don't know. I was in college. That part doesn't really matter. But then when I got to like being an adult and I was working a 9 to 5, and it was very analytical and very structured, there was not a lot of creativity in my day-to-day life. And so finding the creative aspect of planning, the stickers and the arranging, and not just writing down your to-dos or writing down your schedule, but the thinking out of the box and that aspect of planning. And I'm not even, let's be real, on the spectrum of creative planners, like from like the person who just writes with pen to like, I feel like Cindy's kind of almost here, but there's even like the ones that actually like paint in their planners weekly, like super creative planners, and like elaborate bullet journals, very creative. I'm down here on the spectrum. Even though I do use stickers, I don't even feel like I'm even remotely as creative as some of the ones over here on this end of the spectrum. But it does give me that outlet to be creative. And I used to do a lot of that when I was a little kid. I loved drawing. I loved coloring. I did stamping with my grandmother, like old school wooden stamps. We would make cards. I did scrapbooking with my mom at some point. Like, just having that outlet made such a difference, I think, for my sanity. Okay, let me catch up on the comments for a second. No, I feel like it's very common that you feel like you know people that when you consume however many videos a week, like you do feel like you know them. I don't think that's weird at all. Oh, have fun and come back for the next live. Come back and watch it later. No, I don't think it's weird at all. Sam does tease me about like the YouTubers that I watch and I pretend that I know them. He's like, you've never met them. I'm like, that's okay. It's okay. Um, totally not just you. I'm trying to catch up. Okay, I love all the hearts for the creative outlet of planning. Absolutely, absolutely something that makes a huge, huge difference. And agreed, it's just enough to satisfy the outlet for creativity. I agree with you as well. I know that there are much more creative people who they do creative for their job, but like I'm just a little bit creative on that aspect. You work as a graphic designer, but you don't have a lot of creative freedom. I think that's probably true for a lot of people that work in a creative job as well. Michelle, they work in a creative job, but they're constrained by what they're supposed to be doing on their day-to-day job, so they're not being able to do whatever they want. I also like working. It's creativity, but within boxes. Like I'm not the kind of person that you could just hand me like a blank canvas and some paint and say go for it. I need a little bit of direction, a little bit of structure. Otherwise, I can't bring it out of nothing. I can't draw to save my life, so I pretend I can with all my stickers. I feel the same way, and every time I try to do those doodle challenges, if they're ever like people, I'm like, no, I can't do that. I tried the SpongeBob one for a little bit and stopped after a couple characters because it was just so hard. You know, I've heard, Chelsea, a lot of people talking about linking YouTube to their TV, and I've never done that. I don't know if I just like, it's just too much. I also recently heard from someone in the comments that you can't speed up videos on YouTube, and I always watch videos sped up, so there's like one person that I can't speed up. Everybody else gets sped up, so I don't know if I could do that on the TV. That would frustrate me. So what do you do when you're in a planner funk? Do you usually tone the creativity up or down? That's a great question, Sally. So for me, when I'm in a planner funk, I will usually tone the creativity down because at the core of it, my planner is about my plans and about making me a more productive, functional human. And so usually when I'm getting in a funk, it's because I don't feel like I have a lot of creativity. So I just kind of strip it down and make it as simple as I can, or I will just skip my planner for a week and do something on a notepad, have a to-do list on a notepad, and then maybe go back to it. Or what I will do is I'll do a planner week that I know doesn't require as much creativity or thinking. So I will do a monochrome week where everything's the same color. Or I will do a rainbow week that I could like do in my sleep. I will do something that I know gets me back into the groove without having to be too out of the box. Does that make sense? Oh, Jessica, yeah, you were the one saying at 4K on the TV. So I'll give you a little insight here. A lot of YouTubers don't film in 4K. You have to have you actually can do it on your phone. So actually, I take that back. All my old videos on my phone are all in 4K. My newer videos are not, though, because my new camera doesn't do 4K. And like, that's okay. It's a better quality in a different aspect. But just like keep that in mind that even though your TV's 4K, if they didn't film it in 4K, I don't think it matters. But I don't know. I hardly watch TV anymore either. I watch a couple shows. It feels like I'm watching more now than I did in the fall. I cut like fall and spring, like I cut all those shows. But in the summer, I have Handmaid's Tale, The 100, which is awesome, and Big Little Lies, which just ended. So You Think You Can Dance. That's the other one I love. Yeah, Cindy Soodles, right. I always like start them strong and then I completely fall apart. But I like want to get better at drawing, and supposedly the only way you get better is if you practice, but I just haven't done it yet. So do you ever not have enough plans to fill out a week? That's a great question, Annie. Yes, sometimes I do, and that is where quote stickers are my best friend. I love putting a good quote sticker just to take up space in my planner. I also will just make things bigger. I'll make it take up more space than it might take up. But the other thing I'll do is, even if it's not planned, you're going to be doing something with that time, right? So even if what you're doing with that time is binging Netflix or relaxing or spending time with your family, sometimes I'll just put that. Like, I've been known to washi the whole day and put a sticker that says family time. And like, I did things that day, but like that is how I mark it in my planner, because you are, I think, just sometimes we get hung up on we can only put things in our planner that are like goals and productivity, but you can put things down that are just the things that you do. So even if you're not planning them in advance, you can also put them afterwards as well. Or like if you watched last week's plan with me for this week, I said that on Saturday night I don't have any plans. I want to spend some time with Sam since I'll be out of town next weekend. So I just put a quote sticker. And I didn't leave it blank. I didn't write time with Sam because it wasn't official. And I was like, I'm just going to put a quote sticker here. I hope that's what I end up doing. If I don't, I'll do something else. Maybe I'll just take myself on a date. There's like 4 movies in theaters right now that I need to see. So sometimes that's what I do as well. I need a sip of water. Okay, I'm waiting for my first. There was a comment up there that I like saw. I skimmed and then I missed. Somebody was getting planner cake stickers delivered. That's so exciting. Was it from the sale? Did you order on Monday? Because if so, that was really fast. Yeah, sticker. I mean, it's so fun. Okay, Annie. So yeah, journal or memory keep. I mean, or sometimes I just leave it blank. Like if there's weeks that just don't happen because I don't have plans or I was sick or whatever it was, I just like forget about it and leave it blank. Or like when I got my wisdom teeth out, I literally put like watch Netflix for 3 days. And like it's fine. Binging Netflix is a legit plan. Have I ever thought about bullet journaling my weeks and months? I don't think so. I have a couple videos where I attempted bullet journaling for just like the extra stuff, and I struggled enough with that I think I'm gonna stick with my pre-structured weeks and months. I just don't know. I don't know if I can handle that. What other planners have I used and why is EC my favorite? That's a great question. I have not consistently used any other planner like for my normal weekly plans other than Erin Condren. Partially because there's just nothing else that's ever jumped out at me. I love the colors and the quotes that come in the Erin Condren planner, and there hasn't been anything that's made me feel like I need to change, like it's different enough that I'm like, I'm gonna try that instead. I've tried like every planner under the sun as a work planner, and still none of them have worked. I have not found a work planner piece yet. I was just talking to somebody about that earlier today. I was like, I don't have work planner piece. I've tried everything, and it just none of it is perfect every single day. It'll be good one day and then it won't work the next. But I don't really have a good reason why. Erin Condren's my favorite. It's the first one I got, and it works. And I think that I'd rather have something that works than to try a bunch of planners and have it not work. Because again, like I mentioned earlier, at the end of the day, having my planner is about my plans and about it making me a better, more productive human. And so I don't want it to stray from that. Hello. Okay, moving on. Number 3 is habits. I'm such a sucker for habits. And that was not the case before. Like I started making my bed every day in college, but that was only because I lived in, this big of space and it just made a difference. But I was never good about having good habits. I had never, until I got a planner, been good about habits. But having that habit tracker sticker in my Erin Condren changed the game for my life in general. And since then, I've become obsessed with habits, and I read every book on habits, and I try to consume as much as I can to try and make them as positive as I can. But that was not something that was part of my life before planning was part of my life. And I am so thankful for that, because I definitely wouldn't be the person that I am without habits. I talk about my promotion. So technically, Jess, I did not get a promotion, technically. I just got a different job and a better desk. But it's technically not a promotion. I don't know if my Instagram post was not clear. So for those of you who don't know, I recently switched jobs at work. I talked about it in a couple different vlogs. And there is a possibility for a promotion because the guy that had the job before me was a level higher than me, but me taking the new role didn't automatically bump me to that level. It just kept me at the same level, just it at a better desk and a new job. So it's technically not a promotion, but because he was that level, hopefully it won't be as hard to get the promotion once I prove myself. That's what I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. Am I still using my on-the-go folio, and do I still like it? Yes. I'm not as good about being consistent with having them all wrapped up in the folio, to be completely honest with you, because I don't use it, as I explained in the video, as an on-the-go tool. I use it for supplemental planning at home. And so I still very much use the undated monthly as a content calendar, although I just ordered a new content planner that I'm going to try out. I love the undated daily still for weekends. I started jumping back into the meal planning one again since I'm taking a Jenny Craig break. The journal, I mean, I still use a journal. So I use the petite planners, and I will sometimes keep them wrapped in the folio at the desk, but sometimes I'll just stick them in at my desk and not put them back into the folio. So kind of not. Okay, let me catch up with the questions. What are some tips to actually sticking and making a habit work for you? So Christine, I want to do a whole video on this once I finish Atomic Habit, the book that I'm currently reading. I'm almost done. But the couple biggest ones is focus on one habit at a time. One habit at a time. Make sure it's a small habit that you're trying to implement. Don't try and implement like AM routine. Okay, that's like 10 habits rolled up into one. Pick one habit, one at a time. One small habit, one at a time. Don't miss more than 2 days. You're going to mess up and you're going to skip a day, and that's fine. But then don't let yourself miss the next day. And find a way to track it, because that mentality, whether it's a big calendar on your fridge, whether it's a habit tracker, whether it's whatever it is, having that accountability to check it off somewhere is game changing. That's my like habits in 5 seconds. Have I read Better Than Before? Jen, I have not, but it is on my list. And I don't think it will be next after Atomic Habits, because I have one other nonfiction book that Is that back? Are we back? Try refreshing. Are we back? It was buffering for me too, so I don't think it was. It wasn't just y'all. Like something popped up on my phone that said it's blurry though. It's blurry for me. Is it blurry for you? Hopefully it will refocus on me in a second. So we can stop being blurry. I don't know what the problem is. Okay. Can hear but can't see. Okay. Hopefully try refreshing it, Sally. Okay. Now I lost all my questions. Oh, how do I juggle everything without feeling like I'm not doing? And Jen before just posted a picture of a quote on her Instagram that said, "I'm a planner, not a doer." And I do feel like sometimes we can fall into that rut. Sometimes you just have to put it down. We can fall into that rut. Sometimes you just have to put it down and do the things, and that's so much easier to say than to actually do, and I understand that. Some of it is I have to set aside the time. Like I'm allowed, oh, it's buffering again. Or is that just me? Is it working for you? Okay. I left the air conditioning on. Sometimes in the summer my phone overheats, and that's like a huge problem. But I left the air conditioning on. Hopefully it's not ruining the sound. But I think that might be part of the problem, is my phone just might be overheating. But okay. Anyways, still trying to answer this one question. So, but on my computer it doesn't look fine. Yeah, every time I try to start talking, it like starts to get messed up. It looks okay on my phone, so I don't know what I can do. Oh, there we go. It's back on my computer. Okay. Okay, fingers crossed that this does not start to buffer again. I don't know. Fingers crossed. There's nothing like extra messing with my internet. Like I don't have anything uploading, anything like that. Okay. I'm going to move on because clearly YouTube doesn't like that question. Was there another question? Am I still using the checklist habit petite? No, not really. I have not been good about that. I think I need habit trackers a little bit more like out in the open and not like inside of a book like that. I love the concept of it and the setup of it, but it's just not working for me. I also love the outside of it, but for now, it's just not working for me, unfortunately. I set it up for 2 different months and didn't use it either of those months, so I think we're moving on from that. Okay, looks like we're good now. Just fingers crossed that it stays this way. All right, I'm gonna move on. So we're on number 4. This is the 4th way that planning has changed my life. This one's gonna be a little obvious because here we are, and that is YouTube. And having this extra, not only having planning as a source of creativity, but having this extra outlet. And there are a lot of reasons that I started my channel, and I feel like I've gone into that on prior videos. But one of the big ones was I decided to stop taking actuarial exams at work. I decided I didn't want to be an actuary anymore, and I was done taking exams. And that was about the same time that Sam started his new job, where he was working a lot of hours. He still does work a lot of hours, but that's just the nature of his job and trying to build a business for himself. And so I found myself with sort of this extra time almost from like by the time I got home from work until Sam got home from work. And I was like, well, this just seems right. This just seems like the right time to start my YouTube channel. Like I think it's time. So that paired up with Go Wild, and I was feeling all motivated and excited, and so I came home and was like, let's start. But obviously, huge impact of the planner community and the planner world in general that got me to start my channel, and I obviously am so thankful for that. And not even just from a like side hustle extra income perspective, because if you've been around, you know that just started recently because YouTube took forever to monetize me, and that just now happened. But just having an outlet, having a place to share my ideas and share all these thoughts that I have and inspire others and encourage you to achieve your individual goals. Because at the end of the day, that is my mission. My mission is to help you achieve your goals. And I think a lot of that can be done with planning. I think a lot of that comes with just being inspired to go do it. I think some of that comes with watching somebody else do it, which is why I try to share my life and like watch me do my goals and not just like hear me talk about them or hear me spill how you achieve goals, but is me working on my own goals. And that at the end of the day is my goal. I hate saying that because my goal is for you to achieve your goals. That's why I say mission, even though it's not my favorite word. But that is the end result that I want, is for you to also achieve your goals. And so I love that YouTube has given me this place to do that, because I think I have had a bigger impact than I did just posting on Instagram. There is so much more that has come out of being on YouTube. Not even just, I think, on the people that I've impacted, but on me impacting myself. Like the accountability of sharing things with you, it made a huge difference in my life. It has made a huge difference. So that is obviously a big one, and I'm so thankful that the planning world brought that to me. Hello from the UK. You're up late. Thanks for joining us. I don't want to mispronounce your name, Aisha. If I'm saying that wrong, I appreciate you saying that, because that's a big thing for me as well. I feel like a lot of people, like there's a lot of videos on YouTube that says like, here's how I like did this. And it's like, okay, but I think I would have rather seen the process of you achieving that. Like the whole journey from A to B, not just like a video explaining that you got from A to B, right? Like that, I think that's a big thing for me too. Because let's be real, we're all just humans, and achieving goals is not easy. It's not. Even if the goal's really easy, achieving it is not easy. It takes effort and it takes time. And so I'm glad that we have this opportunity to chat. Well, I'm glad that you're here now. That's okay. We've been having a couple technical difficulties, so welcome to the party. Oh, thank you, Courtney. I'm so glad to hear you say that. The power sheets, y'all, I put them off if you listen to the original story, right, I tried the power sheets years ago. It was 2015. I filled them out. Was ready to go. Here was my year. It was going to be my year. 15 was going to be my year. And then my life flipped on its head. I got out of a very long-term, not good relationship. It was just, my life changed. in literally February. And so all these goals that I had set and the things that I was going to do in my power sheets were not actually going to, some of them weren't going to be possible anymore. And I just felt like not myself. And I just basically threw them out. I didn't actually throw them out, but I put them away, and I was like, forget it. And then I was so scared. I was so scared to do the power sheets again because I was so afraid that would happen again. That I would have my power sheets all filled out and be ready to go, and then something would change. And it wouldn't be applicable anymore. And so I am so glad that this year, and I've been very lucky this year that nothing drastic has happened and nothing has really changed in my life. I mean, yeah, I'm changing jobs at work, but in general, my life has been very much the same all year. And so that's allowed me to work on the same goals that I set back in January. But the truth is, power sheets have allowed me to have a mindset shift to know that it's okay if your goals change. Your life could change tomorrow and something might change, and that's okay. Your goals can change with them, can change with your life, and can be altered tomorrow if it has to. And I like being able to turn the page to a fresh month. And then I think the biggest thing for me with the power sheets is baby steps. Baby steps are the way to go. You have to break it all down. You're not going to accomplish. And I feel like I heard that a lot, preached a lot when it came to weight loss and trying to focus on baby steps. But I never really thought about it as it applied to other goals in life and other things. So that mindset shift has been life-changing. So I am very glad to hear, Courtney, that you also have been using the power sheets and that they have helped you accomplish so much, because I feel the exact same way. And I'm so glad that I've been able to share that journey with you, because they're just an incredible product. And then fun fact, literally 30 minutes ago, the current set of the power sheets are sold out. So I no longer can say if you still want to get the 6-month power sheets, because you can't. They're gone. But that's okay. It's okay. The new ones are going to be here in 2 months. And oh my God, I'm so excited for the new ones, y'all. I don't know anything. Don't ask. I haven't seen anything. I don't know anything. But I can't wait to get my hands on them and share them with you. And see what they're like. Okay. Let me catch up on the comments. They're hard. Yes. Breaking things down into small, manageable goals. I am impressed that I'm still doing them in July. It is August, actually, as of yesterday. And I'm impressed that I'm still doing them too. And Cindy's still doing them. And Nina's still doing them. I'm impressed with us as well. I'm not going to lie, y'all. You know what? Plan with Loveland, I'm not sure what your actual name is, to address you. I feel the same way about being able to, it helping you figure out what your actual goals were, because there were some, going into the prep work, there were some things that I thought were going to be my goals and I thought were going to be a part of my final 10 goals. I actually only ended up having 8, but that weren't. And I think that it really did, I agree, it helped me really prioritize my goals and think about what they should be and not what I thought they were going to be. So I agree with you as well. Krista, I'm so glad that you're still going to try and do them. I think it is, take your time. It is fine. Even if you can set aside 15 minutes a day to work on them and just keep chugging along. And even if you have to start mid-month, I think, we've been talking about the power sheets all year long about how you could start any month, right? January 1st, there's nothing special. I also think you could start mid-month. If for whatever reason, you start working on the prep work this month and you don't finish it by September 1st, but you finish it on September 10th, start September 10th. Just, adjust all the things accordingly, draw a line, whatever, washi over it, highlight it, shade it in, but start in the middle of the month. I think I have always had I need to wait till a Monday, I need to wait till the first of the month, I need to wait till the first of the year, I need to wait till my birthday, all these fresh starts, and I'm trying to not have that. I'm trying not to have that mindset anymore as well, and just start over the next day. Even, I'm still struggling with the start over later that day, especially when it comes to food. If I splurge at lunch, I am gone. I'm done for the rest of the day, which is obviously not good. But I used to write off the whole week, or sometimes even the whole month. But now I'm trying to at least let's start fresh tomorrow. So just something to think about. Karen, the power sheets are a goal setting planner. It's basically a workbook that helps you figure out what your goals are based on all these questions and what's important to you, and then you set up little action items each month to help you make progress on those goals. I have a whole playlist of all the different videos related to the power sheets. I have an original walkthrough of them when they're blank when I first got them, and then I have a setup video when I set them up and like figured out my goals for 2019, and then I do a monthly check-in each month, so you can, if you want to check them out. And then Cindy also has videos on the power sheets as well. Oh, Aisha, I'm so glad that you got them. I hope that you love them. Again, same thing that I just told Krista, take your time. If you don't get finished the prep work by September 1st, like, it's fine. There's still so much time left in the year. Yes, once the new ones come out. Oh, I'm so excited, y'all, for the new ones to come out. Okay, Hillary, thank you for sharing. Now I can actually say that when I see your name pop up. Oh my gosh, I agree with you that sometimes goofing off is towards your goals. Absolutely. Like, there was a time because if you watch my check-in videos last month, I put calling my mom and my dad as a weekly goal. And so one of the days so sometimes I'll try to be productive and talk to them while I'm doing other things. But one of the days I talked to my dad, I just laid on my bed and talked to my dad. And then we ended up FaceTiming, and he was showing me something around the house, and like, it was great. Like, did I do the thing I was gonna do that night? No, but you know what? I still made progress on that goal because building a better relationships was one of my goals. So I agree. It makes me feel like I'm still, even when I decide to do something else, that something else is still important than whatever I plan to do. I start mid-month all the time, yeah. How's the salad challenge going? Jessica, it's been one day. I had a salad yesterday, and it was great. You'll see it on the vlog. And then I'm going to go have a salad at dinner after this video. I'm going to take myself out to dinner. I already picked the restaurant and the salad I'm going to have. I'm going to have a salad and an appetizer at an Italian restaurant around the corner. You'll see it in the vlog. I'm excited about the salad challenge, though. Rebecca, that's what I thought your name was, but I wasn't 100% sure, so I didn't want to say that. Katie, I think you can just use it for 2020. I'm not going to say with 100% certainty that I think the answer is yes until I see the 2020 versions and just see if something changed drastically. But the truth is, even if it did, you probably could still use them. It's just, you might be slightly different from what everybody else is working on, which is fine. I agree, they're not dated. They're not dated at all. The only thing that's dated is the tabs say the months, but there's nothing that lines up with the days of the week. So you could absolutely use the 2019 ones for 2020. I would encourage you not to wait and start them, though. Like, I would, if you feel like you can, I would start the prep work now. Like, start it right now. And whatever month you can start in that month. Like, if you finish them by September 1st, great. If you don't finish them until October, start in October. Like, fill out the October page, and then, keep going and go circle around and go back to the front. Does that make sense? Rather than waiting till 2020 to start. I just feel like there are still really 5 full months in the year, and if you wait until 2020 to start, like, there's so much progress you can make between now and then. That's my 3 cents on that. I don't feel like it's worth 10 cents. Yeah, Charlie decided she wanted to come be a part of this. Okay. Yes, call mom. I know, I don't talk to my parents enough either. That's why I was like something that was just important. I'll tell you, one of the things I did though, Hillary, I put talk to mom and talk to dad because I could very easily just check off call mom. If she doesn't answer, all right, done, check, right? So I've actually put like talk to mom and talk to dad so that if they don't answer, like, I have to keep trying and in order to get the check mark anyways, It makes me feel better that I at least tried, but I will try more if I don't get the check unless I talk to them. All right, I'm going to share the last one, number 5, of how planning has changed my life. Oh, I really want to go wild, but I'm nervous to go by myself. Any advice? Caroline, so you may feel like when you buy your ticket now, not now because tickets aren't going to be on sale until I have no idea. I know nothing about Go Wild, by the way. I'm just wearing the shirt because I thought it was appropriate. I don't know anything about next year. I think when you buy the ticket, you feel like you're going by yourself until you join the Facebook group, and then you meet all the people, and you chat about things, and it becomes a Facebook group. Like, part of it is about planning Go Wild and getting excited for Go Wild, but part of it is just about getting to know people, and people will just post about, like, you know, current events, like a movie, and then you can see who else likes that movie and things like that. And so you will feel like you know people from the Facebook group before you get there. You're able to find roommates that way, and then you can room with other people. I definitely think that if you're going by yourself, you should try and find a roommate, at least one, and room with somebody. Even if you've never met them, I know that can be scary, but it will keep you, like, engaged, versus I feel like, at least this is what it would be like for me, if I was rooming by myself and I didn't know anybody, I would immediately go retreat to my room. So I that is my advice on that. I think you should absolutely go. I also don't care, like, let me know where you live, because I know a lot of cities have now started where they'll do a pre-Go Wild meetup before Go Wild actually happens. We've done it every year in New York. I know Houston's done it every year. Chicago has done it. A lot of them have done it now. I can't even keep up with where they all are. I know that the Californians definitely do it. But it gives you a way to meet other people that are in your area that are going. So that might be helpful as well. Yes, Rebecca, I know a car is a great place to talk on the phone, but I don't have a car or I don't drive. I used to do it when the first apartment I had in the city, I lived about a 15-minute walk from the subway, and that's when I would call and talk to people on the phone during my 15-minute walk, but now that it's only a 5-minute walk, it's not quite as effective. So that's my other time that I call people, is when I'm walking. But yeah, driving is a great one. Hillary, same. I text my mom all the time too, but I hardly ever talk to her on the phone. Katie, yeah, that's it's worth 10 cents. I appreciate you saying that. But again, I think you should just start and then just loop around in the year. In St. Louis, okay, Caroline, I'm not 100% sure if the St. Louis girls did a pre-Go Wild meetup. I know Chicago did, though, if you're willing to drive a couple hours, so that might be helpful. Yeah, Kansas City did one. That's not too far, right? I don't know how far Kansas City is from St. Louis. Hey. She just tried to nibble my fingers. Okay. All right, number 5. Let me share number 5 before I get distracted by more questions. This one might not be as obvious, but I'm really excited to kind of share it with you. Being a part of the planning community, going to planning events, and being at planning events, and then being on YouTube has really instilled in me how much I love speaking and how much I love public speaking, and how that I really want to make that a part of my future somehow. I haven't quite figured out all that, and I want it to be more than just speaking at planning events. Obviously, I would love to speak at all planning events, and that's great. And that's a great outlet and a great option, because that is a community that I'm very much a part of. But I want it to be even more than that. And I'm working on a couple things, trying to figure all of that out and figure out how to best make it fit into my goals for myself, as well as my goals for you, and just my life. But it's something that I have always thought about. I've always loved public speaking. That's like something that's been around for my whole life. But I never thought about doing it as a career. And I'm not saying I want to do it as a career, because I don't think I want to that much, because that seems like a lot of traveling. But I do want to do it more, and in different ways. So that's something that I'm working on, and it's something I probably would not have realized. Maybe I would have eventually, but I don't get the opportunity really at work a lot to do public speaking. And so maybe I would have figured it out, maybe I wouldn't have, but I can definitely say that the planning community and planning in general has reinvigorated that in me, and actually given me the tools to go out and work on it, and to try and figure it out, and to develop all of it. So I'm really excited about that. I don't have any more concrete information to share with you right now, but I'm working on it. So let me get back to the questions. The KC one. So Sally, she may have been talking about the Kansas City, if there was a Go Wild specific one. That's what I was talking about. Oh no. Sorry, I know it froze. I fixed it. Maybe? Yeah. Okay. It was my low battery notification, if you're curious. Okay, the Kansas City one. Thank you for saying that I'm good at public speaking. That is something I could do for my company. Yeah, maybe. But I kind of don't want to talk about insurance. I know, Rebecca, it's a not actuary thing. I know most actuaries don't like to talk. It's kind of funny. Caroline, I think you absolutely should make a St. Louis one. Absolutely. If you decide to Go Wild and you join the Go Wild Facebook group and there is not one that they already do, absolutely you should do one. That's what I did with the New York one. I did it because I created it because I was selfish. And we were going to Go Wild. It was the first really event ever, and I wanted to meet people in person. And the first one we had, there were 6 people at it before New Orleans Go Wild. Last year there was like 30. So absolutely you should do it. You should create one yourself if there isn't one. Oh, Liz, that is so sweet. Thank you. And Charlie says thank you too. She's also pretty. Thank you guys for your compliments. I appreciate that. I do think I'm okay at public speaking. I know I talk fast. That's probably my big downfall with that is I do speak quickly and I need to work on that. Casey, you're just now leaving work. That's late for a Friday. But don't disconnect. Don't go to Subway. Can you take a bus home? I think the Planning Princess. I do think that a lot of people from the UK go. I don't feel like they go every year. Like the same. I don't feel like the same people, the same international people go every single year because I do know it's an expense to fly in from wherever you're coming from. But I do feel like we have a really good international presence each year. They make the effort to go to one of them and obviously do more while you're in the States, like extend the trip and go somewhere else that you wanted to visit in the States. But there are absolutely international people that make it to Go Wild every year, which is really cool. My TED Talk. I appreciate that, Hillary. I don't know if I want to do a TED Talk. But that's kind of the concept that I'm kind of planning your goals. We'll see. When do we find out where it is next year? I'm assuming you're talking about Go Wild, Michelle. TBD. I know that Jeanette is working very hard at she's working on it. It's not like she is not. She is looking into hotels and she is visiting places and looking at things. And as soon as she has a contract nailed down, there's also just a lot of dates that have to be figured out with speakers and with hotels and whatnot. So once she has a contract in place, she will tell you where it is. I promise. She will share as soon as she can. Like she wants to share. She doesn't have it nailed down yet. That's for sure. Hello from UK. Thank you. I love my new desk place. My new desk is awesome, y'all. It makes me really excited to go to work in the morning because I get to sit by my window. I love all of you that are watching this at work. Jessica, you would fly to the UK. I would fly to the UK to Go Wild too. Yeah, any UK planner events if you need any speakers? I volunteer as tribute. Actually, my family's talking about going to the UK next year for Thanksgiving. My dad, actually, fun fact, this is very off topic, is originally from England. He was born in London and then raised about an hour north of the city. And so my brothers have never been and seen, where my dad grew up and whatnot. So we're talking about going next year for Thanksgiving, which would be fun. Is Jeanette a professional event planner? Rebecca, she is not. She is a lawyer by trade. And has a 9-to-5 lawyer job. More professional than that. Yeah. But she also plans Go Wild. She's incredible. She is an incredibly talented. Oh, you're going this year for Thanksgiving. Oh no. No, we're going next year. I don't think we're doing anything this year. Do I have dual citizenship? I do not. My dad does. I know he does. So I think that means I could get it if I wanted it. Maybe? But I don't know. I don't know for sure if I could. But my dad definitely has it. Oh, Chelsea. Yes. Oh, so if you don't know, Harry Potter, the Harry Potter game. I'm obsessed with the Harry Potter game. I used to be able to hit a stop, which is called an in the Harry Potter game from my desk. I could do it. Sometimes I would. Yeah. And now I can't. Now I have to get up and go to it, which is very unfortunate. And there's this guy, Chelsea. I don't know who he is. Actually, maybe a girl. their name is obesity with like an I for the one for the I. That's his name, or the person's name on the app, and they drop dark detectors all the time, like at least usually once a day. And I used to be able to take advantage of that at my desk, and now I cannot. So I'm kind of sad about it. Yeah, I used to be able to get a greenhouse too. I will still probably use that greenhouse to grow stuff that's nearby. All right, I do feel like we're getting very off topic, and I don't like these lives to be too terribly long so that the people who watch them on the replay can still get value out of them. So my last question is, are there any other ways that planning has changed your life? Is there something that didn't end up on my list, but a way that planning has changed your life? If you're live, I want you to know, I want you to let me know in the comments now so I can respond. If you are watching the replay, I want you to let me know in the comments so that I can respond in a comment and let me know how planning has changed your life. Rebecca, no. Harry Potter does not care what floor I'm on. I'm still on 15, which is where I always was, but it doesn't care. Unfortunately. I mean, fortunately, I guess, except that I can't hit it anymore, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Any other questions or comments? Thank you all for hanging out with me on a Friday night. Thank you for those who hung out while you're still at work. It has made you a more productive mom, so you don't overschedule yourself and you're able to commit to important things for yourself and your kids. I love that, Jessica. I do feel like overscheduling is something that we all struggle with, or I think it's a female thing that we struggle with. So I love that you're able to use planning for that. I feel like it reestablished purpose in your life. Jessica, that is really wonderful. I think that's really great. I think it gives us an outlet to have something that's ours, something that we own. Like it's all for us. You too, Liz, and your son, have a great weekend. A concrete way to deal with anxiety. That's absolutely. So, I mean, Sam from Erin Condren posted on her feed asking people why they plan. So many comments said because it helps them deal with anxiety, and I think that is great. Oh, because you couldn't hang out at bars anymore. Oh, Jessica, can I just bring my baby to the bar? Can I be that person when I'm a mom, maybe? Helped you deal, Cindy, I saw yours, so many anxiety comments. Oh my gosh. Cindy and Michelle as well. Courtney, it helped you deal with your mom's liver transplant. That's incredible. I hope that she's doing okay now. Chelsea, you using a horizontal to memory keep. That is so cool. That's really cool. I want to do that someday. Goals in my life someday. Being creative again. Oh, I love all of these comments, you guys. These are so fun. You would join my lives every day. Okay, well, I'm not going to go live every day, but I am going to try and figure out a way to incorporate it once a month. I'm going to do some polls. I'm going to do some polls asking you what time of day and week would be best for you, and we might just bounce it around to try and figure it out. But planning led me back to thinking about your goals. Me too, Hillary, absolutely. For the longest time, right, my goal was to graduate college, okay, and then I got to my full-time job and my goal was to finish my actuarial exams. And then once I didn't have that, it was like, okay, well, now what are my goals? Because at that time, it wasn't someday I have life goals, future goals, get married, have children, but what are my other goals? What are the things that make me happy? So I feel you on that one. It helped you find mentors and inspiration. I love that, Casey. And dance classes. It helped you find dance classes too, right? On top of being better about your time, it gave you the creative outlet. Yep, absolutely. The planning princess. You know what? I thought about it. I thought about having some sort of just very casual meetup when I'm in the UK while I'm over there, because I have a lot of community members who are from the UK, so I would definitely consider that. We have over a year to plan it, so we'll figure that out. Yes, Sally, it gives you a passion, a hobby. Oh, Jessica, yeah, I guess I wasn't clear that the live was replacing a video today. That was, this is instead of a video and new, so that's why. It helped you lose 50 pounds. That's amazing. That is incredible. That is something to be super proud of. I'm loving all these, y'all. So cool. Okay, I'm gonna sign off so I can go get my salad on for my salad challenge. I'm gonna try and include all of them in the vlogs. We'll see if that happens. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you're watching the replay too. And if you're not subscribed, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos or do them live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thank you so much for watching. Happy planning.